I remember Sony saying some crazy shit to the build-up of the PS3 launch. There was Ken Kutaragi justifying the PS3's price point with, "You will want to work harder for it." Yeah. Yeah. I think that's like, that does sound crazy to say, but like it's they were definitely trying to make it a price premium. The putting the Blu-ray player in that PS3 was both brilliant and terrible at the same time. But I think the bigger problem was just that stupid cell processor thing that they had that nobody ever really made full use of, other than maybe 2 games in the history of the console. Oh man, the CDPR CEO, that guy. Why? I mean, he's the CEO, and that's why nobody pulled him off of it. But, like, I don't know if nobody was telling him, like, "Sir, you're making this worse every time you open your mouth. Could you stop talking, please?" That was... woof. That was really bad. Like, Cyberpunk 2077 really damaged their reputation hard. And for an extended period of time. It's not like they just released the game and it was over. Like, they just kept fucking burning down the house like every 5 seconds. I was dick riding CDPR so hard when that happened and everything that followed. I was a bit heartbroken. It eventually happens to everything, right? Like, happened to Bethesda with Fallout 76. It happened with BioWare with Mass Effect Andromeda. I tell you what, you gotta give CDPR, like, a ton of credit for consistently, you know, they might not have made great decisions, but they were consistent with their shitty decisions. Like, whoever decided that that insanely bright shade of yellow needed to be the backdrop for every fucking update on social media. Slow clap for that shit. The commitment? Whew! Andromeda launch was pretty fucking horrific. You know, I like... It was a very broken, not ready to be released. Barely felt like a Mass Effect game. And even after it was fixed, it was still broken. I don't think it's a 2 out of 10, but... You know... It was definitely... There were whisperings for a while that BioWare was having some troubles, losing some people, and having a hard time getting their projects together. They hadn't had a miss since like fucking Baldur's Gate, and then this came out and just... Yikes. Oh yes, the MiHoYo game comes out. Somebody was talking about that earlier. Honkai Star Rail or whatever space version of Gacha. You'll have to let me know what you think as the community's chief gotcha expert. Their reputation is hanging on. Them being fired. Oh, DA4 and Mass Effect 4? Yeah, yes. They are. If one or both of those aren't home runs, I would say people just stop paying attention to them. Honestly, let me rephrase that. People have already stopped paying attention to them. I think the majority of people, except for the most diehard fans, have already given up hope that BioWare's got it in the tank. Too much shit has gone on with those games and those franchises and that company in recent times. I think the general, like nobody really talks about BioWare in the same breath as other top developers anymore. They're not even in the discussion. Like, nobody brings them up. I got my mind set on Starfield, but I'm skeptic, as you should be, and I think everyone is skeptic as fuck about Starfield after Fallout 76. I think everyone is very skeptical, but also it's their first new IP in fucking like 30 years. At this much, how much does it even depend on BioWare considering they're owned by EA? I think some people sometimes overestimate how much reach a publisher tends to have over top of a developer, aside from perhaps the engines that they use and the release windows that they hope to hit. It's at some point you have to, it's really easy to say, okay, my favorite developer got bought by X company and now everything is shit. But there's a lot of moving parts there. If ME4 and Dragon Age 4 are Grand Slams, it puts them back in the... Well, yeah, if any developer hits back-to-back massive massive RPGs, it pretty much immediately puts them into conversations, whether you're BioWare or not. I don't know how much they are divesting themselves into both of those, or what the team structure is for those. If they really are going full bore on 2, that sounds bad. I gotta be honest, I don't, like, Dragon Age means nothing. I don't think anyone fucking cares about Dragon Age enough for them to, like, if I was in BioWare's situation after Mass Effect Andromeda happened, then I make one of two choices. I either A, drop Mass Effect for a while and just don't bother, and then do Dragon Age, or B, go right back and do Mass Effect better than it's ever been before, but don't do both at the same time. Like Dragon Age is not a game that sells copies. I really don't think, they're gonna spend a shitload of money on Dragon Age and it's going to make nothing. Dragon Age 4 isn't about to go out here and sell 15 million copies. Mass Effect could sell 10. or more. Because space is just straight up more popular than high fantasy worlds in Dragon Age. In the ways that BioWare, I should fucking qualify this. In the ways in which BioWare delivers them. Think about how long Dragon Age 4 has been in development and how rocky it has been. How big that game is. How expensive that game is going to be to make. And then think about how many copies it needs to sell. And then recognize that they are publicizing and marketing in tandem Mass Effect 4. Oh, definitely still keep your hype for it, because the reason to keep hype for it is that with the understanding that they need them to be good. And not just BioWare. EA needs them to be good. Because EA has lost the FIFA license. They're not allowed to do the fucking Ultimate Teams in as many countries as they used to, and like the microtransactions that floated over $1 billion of the valuation of their company is shrinking. So they need some of their developers underneath their friggin' umbrella to actually start doing some shit. Let's become VTubers, only we use models based off of an unholy mixture of our own visages as Stadler and Waldorf. What the fuck? Where did that idea come from? HoloLive has been developing their own MMO with their VTubers? Oh god. I suppose... that was sort of an inevitability. But when you hear about it, it still kind of takes you aback. I don't think Disney owns Sesame Street. They own the Muppets, which were, technically tangentially related to Sesame Street. Listen here. Okay. Brian gets to be a Snuffleupagus. Hi, bird. Holy fuck, he's stun locked me. Fucked me in the pussy. Try to think of the best place for me to start off from to get back to before I get sidetracked with the door. Basically just here. This guy wants to come back for another clap. Not today, sister. Not cool. No shot, Zed, really? Oh my lord. This just goes right back down there. I've gotten lost in the fucking loop here. Yeah, I somehow doubt Tucker Carlson is going to take the offer from Russian state media, but... And I think they know that. It's probably them trolling him, to be honest. Tucker Carlson would move to Russia and be dead inside the fucking week. That's all I know. I think even he knows that. Yeah, right. Can you imagine the U.S. government allowing Tucker Carlson to record Russian fucking national TV for state media in the States? Can you imagine? That doesn't make any sense, that being there, but alright. None of this really does, I suppose. What up, Atlas? Oh yeah. Couple of fucking wild meatballs on a stick. Call it the Italian job. That's a spiky meatball. All these items we've never used because we just have all of our shit inherent on the weapons to the point where none of the grease works. Let's see. He's either Captain America. Okay. Optional direction. Ah, this is the fog door area. Alright, we've successfully gotten back to where we were. You know what? Let's just... We don't need to. Unless there's something over there that we want. Which is possible. Look at this. No. This guy waiting to be in the wings. Damn, son. Nice aim. Now, this totally fine jump. Oh boy. Gotta make that quick. The doggo. That's where we came from. Yeah, we're swimming in those fucking max smithing stones. Oh, did I miss an item back there? Or have I just not been there? Who knows? The challenge we're facing right now is that everywhere we go doesn't seem to be where you go to progress so much as just where you go to get items. And then you just end in on another loop. Oh, thank you, Raz. A lot of effort went into this fine haute couture look. Oh, here we go. What's the... Or is this just where... Oh, no, it's just here. Like, I imagine we're ultimately trying to go down, but we have yet to really find, like, there's a boss door right there, but we have yet to find a way, like, there's a crossing point. You get down there. Balenciaga. Poor Balenciaga. Well, or not. Their name's getting said more now than it ever has. All off of the back of a meme. Guess I might have to explore a bit more around here and see if I can find something. Although it wouldn't make much sense, because this is a, God, you guys do so much damage. These guys are out here doing more damage than some bosses. That's bad. Yeah. And we're dead. Alright, so we don't really need to fight these guys to see if this area is somewhere where we need to give a fuck about, so let's just run through them instead, and then get stuck on objects. Ow. Oh, right. Alexander. I think that's Alexander. What up, big guy?
Ah, I see you finally made it here yourself. The city hanging in the air is slowly crumbling. What an incredible place we find ourselves. But that aside, you're certainly a force to be reckoned with, eh? I doubt there's a single soul who could have handled that giant other than you. It was practically a god. Of course, I count myself the great Alexander.
Of course.
Which means I've but one thing to ask of you. Would you kindly undertake my ordeal? Come and tell me when you're ready. I've been longing to fight a warrior as a comfort to you.
Bro. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it.
You are ready then? Then let us begin. I am the great Jar Warrior. I am the greatest Alexander. Lend me strength, O warriors.
Why? Why, Alex?
I suspected. Victory was impossible. This vessel was found lacking. My thanks. I knew you were the stuff of champions. It was a marvelous battle. I implore you, take what I bequeath from inside me. All vessels are destined to one day break. But the great Alexander lived as a warrior to his last.
Don't make me do it. Oh, God. No, Alexander, why? F's in chat for a real one. Why did he have to do it? Wanted to go out as a badass warrior. And he did. What a god. Where the shit is his jar piece? Ah. Oh. Cool. Neat. Oh wow, Alex had one of the family in there, eh? No wonder he was such a god. He ate a family member of the Radon lineage. Well, Radahn's father. Look at this guy. They'll never see me here. Gonna break through this fucking wall, something cheeky? No, just literally standing there. Oh, of course. Ancient Dragon Apostles Cookbook. Consumes FP to throw the darts for magic damage. All these arrows. We got a little bit of everything in here. Oh, and I got the items to make a bunch of them. Let's go. Well, if we ever need to. What up, Adam? You think it has lasagna in it? Pretty close. Pretty close. So now we're going back down there, which is that Grace Point. Oh, word, that dragon just respawns? Wow. We're working on trying on Farum Azula. And just been going around. I wanted to see something. Just since we've got our checkpoints and shit.
Oh, hello again, cuz. I'm happy you came back. I have good tidings for you, cuz. Have you noticed the rare flowers growing in this village? I asked the villagers if you could pick some of them, and they said you'd be very welcome.
Phenomenal.
Go on, cuz. Who knows? They might be of some use. Go on. Who knows?
Part of me was like, I wonder if... I can replant this shit in another pot to bring back Alexander in Jarburg to be their new leader. God, there's so many flowers here, he's right. Like, when I was first here, it was like the first thing I noticed. It's like, my god, just the sheer amount. You know, the graveyard for jugs.
Go on, who knows?
Are they nice jugs? Some of them are. Like, the ones in this town are harmless. And then Alexander was a nice one. Some of them are a little bit more aggro.
Say, cuz, have you
Oh,
met
no.
Uncle Alexander?
Oh
He
boy.
used to live here with us, but then he left to be a champion. I asked to go with him, but he said, the path of champions must be trod alone. So heroic, right? I miss him, though. If you see him, you should ask him to teach you how to fight, cuz. He's big and tough and strong.
I will not tell you how Uncle Alexander died. but I will tell you how he lived.
Wow. Cuz, are these insights from Uncle Alexander? Thank you, cuz I'm a warrior jar, so I need to be strong. I can really have them, right? I understand. I'll get strong. Strong enough. I deserve to have Uncle's insights. I'll begin my journey once I'm ready to go, as a warrior jar, in search of glory.
You're goddamn right.
I don't think I'll... Warriors are supposed to buy, and thanks for everything. I'll never forget you. I'll never forget...
Oh. I better see you again. Because if I'm not summoning your ass... Man, if he shows up in the DLC, that'd be fucking amazing. New talisman hype. Of course. A talisman given by jars to their friends raises potency of thrown jars. Though the jars are brought to life by human flesh and blood, they are all rather kindly folk. Perhaps they were made to be better than their innards. Shoutouts to Alexander. You'd think the most powerful of jar warriors would be made of metal? But maybe that's just it. They wouldn't be very brave if they, if there was no risk involved. I mean... I never said I was brave. I suppose. Like, we need to be over there, but... Can't make that fucking jump. Next best is over here. Maybe we can do this. Look at this guy. Being a dick. Vastly... Okay, so there's Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman and Dragon Crest Shield Talisman. Vastly boosts physical damage negation. Enormously boosts. I'm assuming enormously is better than vastly. Can we get a hand banana on that shit for clarification, please? Will it let me wear both? Because sometimes... No, see? You wear one or the other. That would be incredibly broken. What the fuck? Big more? The fuck? Is there anything over here? Oh, that's just our method back over there. Okay. Gotcha. Fancy! Oh, they look like they got a fucking huge dick. That shit's down around their ankle. They had to fucking wrap it around their leg so it didn't drag on the floor. Oh, it's one of these guys. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. Alright, charge me with the fucking shield, you dickhole. Oh, he's got a new one. Alright, okay. Ow. Ow. Oh, I am rusty on dodging your ass. None of that shit. Isn't it remarkable just how many insane moves these guys have and how much damage they fucking do? Like, I am struggling to avoid getting hit just to do one tick of fucking damage. Like, they just never cease to whoop my ass. All of their moveset is just so good and relentless. The other thing is that, like, my weapon is slow enough that it's very difficult to get a shot in on him without trading. So, like, a dex weapon might make your life ever so slightly fucking easier against him, but not much. They hurt. Yes, your reward is you're alive. That's your reward. Oh. Oh, fuck no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Thank God they weren't the freaking bladed eagles. Those guys are raid bosses. Okay. Elevator? The bladed ones that spit fire are just fucking memes. Very hard to hit. Take more than one hit to kill for most weapons. And, bro, I haven't even gone down the ladder! Imagine a boss fight that was just a room of 6 of those sword eagles. Oh my god, dude. Hey, babe. You have no company anymore? Uh-oh, what you gonna do now? You sleepy? Do you want to have a nap? I suppose. Good Titan. Wow, fancy. Fancy. I might have one. Oh, are they pre-dipped? Oh, the pastry. Oh, I might have one late. I might have it later. I don't need it right now. Well, I mean, if you're looking for something to do, you could go visit Mom. Yeah. Sounds good, babe. What's for Din Din? Are we completely out of food? Is there still pork? But we don't have any veggies. We should probably roast a bunch of that asparagus at the very least. Like, that's probably something to do. And then other than that, I don't know, do we have enough rice for the two of us, or yeah? Well, we could just do that and not enough pork chops? How much do we have? I mean, that's fine. How small are we talking? Fucking like friggin' loonies? Like what are you talking? Oh, no, that's okay, babe. I mean, what else would you like? Do you want me to try and cook something? Babe, you look so Cthulhu. Yeah, you look a little Cthulhu now, babe. Go have a nap now. Sleep well, babe. Come here now. Oh, was she? Oh, she got all the way downstairs? Oh my soul. She walked in and walked downstairs? Eventually she saw everything she wanted to see. Oh my goodness. You're the only person that managed to let her in the house. Oh babe, can you take that and put it in the fridge? And that's an apple core to just put in the container. Yeah, yes, that's the babe, no, those cables can stay down here. You don't need to take those upstairs. Okay, babe, have a good nap. She looks a little Cthulhu. It's Bisaya word for sleepy. Catboy is tired. Cthulhu is sleepy. Alright, let's go die. Woo! 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 Hey! Woo! God, just hitting these things is a pain in the ass. Yeah, Tuna got in the house earlier, apparently, and was walking around down here for like 5 minutes. Just casually strolling around the room in the basement. Am I allowed to fucking summon this time, or am I just YOLOing? Okay. That had to be intentional. I don't believe you. I refuse to believe that it's dead. Oh my lord, we're just getting loaded with these. Even Alexander could have beat that dragon. True. True. Looks like it gave us like, I don't know, 70k or 90k or... Maybe that's why he started attacking so early, like the whole gimmick is he just lights up the whole fucking area and makes it that's the meme. There's gotta be a reason for it. I don't know what the fuck that reason is, but that's my best guess. YOLO. Oh yeah. How many are in here though? Like fucking 12? God damn it. Oh my fucking Christ. You dumbass fucking game. Another bell bearing. We're gonna have to make a trip. So you can clearly go to that area above. But I'm not seeing a lot of reasons to. It's probably like a golden rune or some other meme over there. There's probably a couple things in that zone that I didn't quite pick up on because I ran through it to get to the dragon. Oh boy. Clapping cheeks and snapping beaks, if you know what I mean. Let's see. Yeah. Get that endurance to 50. And then after that, I don't know, fucking intelligence or some shit. I don't know. Fucking something. take a look at the memes we've got. Something, we had to look at what spell type things we want to do, and... Well, there's our Door of Destiny. Yeah, we've got a fair amount of weapons and stuff and whatnot that Faith would work with. I think that probably makes the most sense. La 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 la. You actually dead, bro? Okay. Which one of you is alive? If I tried really hard, I might be able to get on top of that roof. But to what end? Doesn't really go anywhere or do anything for me. It would just be for the sake of doing it. Let's see. Oh, there's a meme. We've also got... whatever the fuck is down there. I guess we'll start with this one since the other one has no way back up. Clap, clap! Clap! That's where the dragon was. Dragon D's nuts! And is there anything down below there? I wonder... Maybe? Well, we're gonna go find out. Whoop! Oh, fuck me. Alright. Put that in the old memory. The classic Midway meme. Oh, please send me to, like, the moon. Or some bullshit. Disappointed. Drake Knight Helm. Oh, it's the full set. Collect the whole set. Let's see what kind of information we're getting out of that. Black iron armor worn by Drake Knights features the spoils of a dragon catch as an emblem of pride as both a dragon hunter and partaker of communion. The cape is crafted with dragon wing membrane. Oh, look at Billy Badass over here. Alright. Just fashion souls. And really, what's more fashionable than this? Majestic. Woo! Go fuck yourself. Ow. Ow. Fuck. 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 Three maracas. What's better than two maracas? Clearly three. Is that actually a fucking ledge to land on from there? That seems very sketchy. I suppose we can go back down here since we no longer have the threat of Zeus sticking it in our asshole. Clap. See what we might have missed. Oh, a little ladder action. Whoop. Why are you so good? Okay. That gives us our way of getting down to the bottom. Gotta look over every fucking ledge. You never know. Damn. A three-shotter? Whew. It's a spicy meatball. Oh. Oh. Really? Clap. Oh my lord. Again, there's two generations that don't understand that reference, soon to be three. But we still get it. We still get it. And that's what's important. That's what's important. I mean, what am I gonna fucking reference that they understand? At this point. They never had the prolific, quotable movies of the 90s and early 2000s. They just got, like, the dog water fucking nonsense of the 2010s. Like, what reference we get? Fucking floss! Floss! Is that an out-of-date reference now? Yeah, you're old, bro, unfortunately. Welcome. Welcome. Ain't no fucking, like, 3 Zoomers on Earth and 0 Gen A's know what the fuck Ace Ventura is. Shit, they probably don't even know who Jim Carrey is. True, he was in the Sonic movies, so they got exposure to him there. That's fair. There might be hope for Jim. That's true. Copium. Copium. They'll know him as Dr. Robotnik and the, like, weird eccentric guy who talks about himself in the third person as a way of mentally separating himself from the person that he was for the last, like, 40 fucking years. And going off the rails a bit. I mean, there's nothing really in Ace Ventura that's worth canceling. Really. There weren't any, like, wildly sexist or racist jokes. They're probably fine. A female that used to be a male? Yeah, but they didn't do any, like, really salacious jokes with that. He made, like, the Finkel is Einhorn, Einhorn is Finkel. And I guess, is it transphobic to not want to kiss a man or somebody who was once a man, if that's your thing? And you have a reaction to it, I suppose? Although everything is fucking transphobic at this point, I suppose. True. Bearball, I suppose. Bunch of gay dudes that will, like, say that if they even saw a vagina, they'd projectile vomit, but nobody's worried about that because they shouldn't be. I would agree that joke premise or the setup has aged kind of as poorly as, like, the jokes where in general it was you know, guys were so worried, you know, a lot of, like, humor around a guy, like, being afraid of being gay in movies. Like, it aged poorly in that regard, but, like, you've got a better shot at calling those jokes homophobic than somebody's being, you know, transphobic for Ace Ventura. Tropic Thunder? That's the one that's brought up a lot. I think it would be fine, honestly. I think they'd catch a little bit, I think they'd catch flack for it, but I think it'd be fine. I mean, the movie still exists, and it's not that old. And it's being done by guys who are, like, it was done by guys who are all massive fucking stars. Still to this day. It's not like they, you know, it's not like the one that gets pulled up all the time, that's like a considerably less, I think, relevant movie in the discussion at this point, but is still a maybe a good movie to include in the discussion to a degree, is Blazing Saddles. But, like, Tropic Thunder is just, like, you know, the meme of Robert Downey Jr. and his character. I think it would be fine. They'd catch some fucking flack. They already asked Robert to, well, who's they, though? Who is they, really? Like, do you really think that out there in the world, the average population, even amongst those demographics that may be more likely to be upset, do you really think they're sitting at home eating their dinner going, God damn, Robert Downey Jr.? How could you? Well, it reached media because it's like an easy sensationalist piece. I could go take a shit in public in Times Square. No, actually, no, people do that all the time. That wouldn't work. You could do almost anything. And as long as it reaches the media because it's like a person of some sort of note, they'll run it. Like if you look at a lot of the articles where like, you know, they're fucking the gay community is upset about blah blah blah, or the left is losing their mind, or the right is losing their mind, and then their evidence for the left and right losing their mind, they'll pull up a tweet of a person with 3 followers, and the tweet that they put out had 4 likes, and you're like, bro, how is this the basis for anything? Good start. Like, imagine how brain dead general mainstream like media viewers, and I don't mean people that just turn on the news to like catch the news for, you know, 20 minutes, but the people that have the news running in the background fucking like all day, and they're just like, they eat in front of the news, they sleep in front of. Imagine how fucking like inept you'd have to be to watch the media try and make a big fucking kerfuffle, and their entire basis is 4 tweets with a combined total of less than 10 likes. Ow. That hurt. People did eat Tide Pods, and you know what else? You know, a case to ban TikTok, in all honesty, because clearly parents aren't doing a good job, but some kid actually passed away from doing what was known as like the fucking, it was an antihistamine, like allergy medicine, I can't remember which brand, but it was a challenge where you take like fucking an entire box of antihistamines so that you hallucinate. Benadryl? Yeah, it might have been Benadryl. Well, teens have been doing dumb stuff, but, you know, the circle of influence upon a teen went from about 15 to 20 people to 15 to 20 million. That's the differentiating factor. Like, it has not changed in history that children are young and impressionable. But what has changed is how many people are able to leave an impression, and how easy it is for that to proliferate amongst a population of younger people to do really dumb shit. Oh, word? I thought I had a dragon tower shield. Ah, no, I had a manor tower shield. $69 guard boost? Nice. That's still the goated one. That fingerprint stone shield? Oh my lord. 177, 81, 79, 75, 77. Just nutty. Now, mind you, it probably weighs like nearly twice as much. Like, this is 30 strength. 17 and a half pounds instead of, yeah, 29. Oh, let me read the fucking item description on that. Tower shield engraved with the dragon, symbol of protection, heavy even among great shields, it possesses exceptional guarding ability. The ancient dragons who ruled the prehistoric era before the Erd tree would protect their lord as a wall of living rock. Badass. The geriatric loop continues. Also, I'm running out of terms for this game. Please finish. Bro, same problem. All of my meme tweets for starting Elden Ring up, I'm running out of ideas. Rock lords, powerful living rocks. Like, there's a real problem with, like, teens just going on social media, and they know that, like, everyone wants to get likes and validation because that's, like, the thing now. And they know that the dumber the thing, and even, like, and the way to get growing, even, like, to grow even faster is by doing shit that's seen as, like, just insanely horrible or just annoying. Because, like, hate generates more clicks than anything else. And so, there's, like, a group of teens that, like, were recording themselves going into random, like, fast food chains, just screaming and yelling and running out back and, like, into the back where they're cooking the food and just generally being fucking assholes. And not wanting, and like, and not leaving the establishment, like, at all. And then when the employees locked the doors, like, one of the kids was like, I'm gonna, like, they're still recording, mind you, like, this is how they're kids, they're so fucking dumb. I'm gonna tell them that you strangled me and fucking sexually assaulted me. And, like, all this other shit, and, like, what, man? And in the, like, it's just... And, like, the YouTube video that they posted, there's so much audio already going on in the video, and then there's a kid that posted it trying to do commentary over top of it, and it's just, like, so indicative of, like, the insane ADHD, ADD fucking, like, mentality of TikTok, where you, like, you have to have, like, you can't focus if there's only one thing going on, you need, like, a million fucking things happening all at once. We had someone do that in the 7-Eleven in my lobby. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. It's crazy. Well, yeah, there was like an older guy, like young 20, you know, maybe like young 20s, or like, yeah, low 20s, that tried to do, like, some shit where you, like, walked up behind somebody in a store and, like, using, like, an air horn or some shit, like, behind their ear, which, by the way, it should probably, and probably is, illegal in most places because that will straight up fucking destroy somebody's hearing. But the guy just straight up, dead-ass turned around immediately, without even thinking about it, grabbed the guy, got behind him, put him in a choke, tackled him to the ground, and the guy was squealing like a guinea pig and crying, like, immediately, like, it's just a prank, it's just a prank, it's just a prank. Wow, he just tracked me in a full 360. That's wild. I hate these guys. So what an idiot. I hate those guys so fucking much. Let's see. Some of it starts with the parents, but I think anyone that eventually has kids, even if they're considered very good parents and their kids turn out okay, I think that you'll discover that at some point a parent can do everything right, and because they're not on top of their kids, fucking, like, you know, between you hit teenage years, phones, fucking, they're at school 8 hours a day, they're with other people, like, the circle of influence is fucking real, and as a parent, you know, especially a lot of parents now, you've got both of them having to fucking work full-time jobs to support a family, and so, like, it becomes a very difficult thing to just always say, oh, well, what did the parents, you know, clearly the parents failed here, which is not that it's not true in a lot of cases, but it's something that needs to be carefully fucking applied sometimes, because oftentimes it was not necessarily the parents' fault. So a different one where some punk with an air horn, victim slowly turned back towards him, walked up, dropped, and slapped his mouth. That's perfect. That's perfect. The kid in Virginia runs a YouTube channel. The prank people went up to the guy in the mall. Oh, right, and then he got shot. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good quote, Philin. It's true. Sometimes you can do absolutely everything right and still lose, and that's, you know, that is a harsh reality of life. It can be a trap to have them or to, like, make that not just, like, something that you understand on a case-by-case basis. It can be a trap that some people will look at that and make it, like, their entire, like, ethos in life. And so you can take it from, like, understanding that sometimes it doesn't all pan out, even if you do everything right, and then just start automatically applying that to absolutely every facet of your life, and then become very defeatist and spin their tires about it. Like that. It's one of those sayings that is true, but it can be easily weaponized in a negative way. Sometimes most of the time it can be unintentional, but yeah, it can become a coping mechanism. Mark. How else do you explain a person getting a master's degree being unable to find a job? Well, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of that can also be what your master's degree is in, where you live, the time in which you're searching for a job, for openings in certain positions, especially if it's a restrictive, you know, number of positions available compared to other industries. There's a lot there. I mean, it's like when I left university, I mean, I even got I got gate kept at a fucking enterprise rent-a-cars program because they were afraid that my grades were too good and I was going to leave them or work my way up the chain of command too fast. So what happened was there's like in order to get into Enterprise's whole deal, it's a multi-interview process for doing their management to become, you know, like entry-level management and to work up. So it's a multi-phase interview that you start with HR and you end not with HR but with the regional manager for every fucking one of these people. So the whole I had 2 interviews with HR, maybe 3. I can't remember now if it was 2 or 3. And then the last interview was with the regional manager. And Enterprise Rent-A-Car's entire corporate structure is based on performance. So if you are performing very well and you're outperforming somebody ahead of you, you will likely end up taking their place. This works all the way up through their regional manager. You might be able to see where this is going. So when I got in there and I started the first couple of interviews, HR was like, you're fantastic, you've got the fucking grades, you did really well, you've got good experience already in similar, you know, situations that you'd be put in here. You're a shoo-in. This is going to be easy. Just come back for the second interview. Did that. They were like, yep, this is fantastic. We're going to send you off to the regional manager. Don't worry about it. Got to the regional manager. Shook his hand. He told me a little bit about himself. I already knew I was fucked. And then he started asking, you know, his questions. And as he kept asking questions, the more and more leading, I knew where he was going with it. And I had already kind of could see the writing on the wall. He was trying to paint me into a corner of am I going to go back to school for a master's? And so they didn't, you know, because he wanted to have an out where he would say, oh, well, you know, if you're looking to do that, you know, go do that and maybe come back later, or you should totally pursue that, and, you know, we wouldn't want to, you know, get in your way here, or we don't want the turnover from somebody just being with us for a year and then going back for a master's or whatever. And so he started doing that, and at one point he finally, because I was answering him in ways I was trying to get it out of him, and he finally said out loud, "Are you sure you're done with school?" And I looked at him dead ass and I said, I gotta be honest with you, I literally just graduated like a month ago. Like 4 weeks. No part of me is itching to jump back in the fucking game. I'm here to get a job and make some money. I'm not here. If I wanted a master's, I'd be doing the fucking I'm here for a job. And I want to be a manager as a part of my career, and Enterprise is a largely locally run place, and I like the idea. I'm knowledgeable about vehicles. I can work well as a salesperson. This is my wheelhouse. He said, "Are you sure you're done with school? Because, like, you know, you did really well." And he said out loud, normally we don't have people apply or hire people in your, you know, at your end of the grades, you know, the fucking graduation scale. Said normally we got guys coming in here with like 3.0 or 2.7 or something GPAs. And I was... What do you... And so, at the end of all that, he shook my hand. He said, I might get back to you on that. And I never heard from him again. Oh no, sorry, I did hear from him again. It was the first email I got from HR that wasn't like a personally written one. It was a boilerplate. Thank you for applying. We are unfortunately going to have to, you know, yada yada yada, like the boilerplate response. And so, yeah, that was an experience. Basically, they were too worried that I was gonna. He was worried I was gonna come for his job eventually, not right away, but eventually. But if he keeps a bunch of people that float 2.7 to 3.0 GPAs, they're much less likely to be able to come for the job. And so, it was. Oh, insane! Well, like I said, when I went and walked in the room, shook his hand, sat down, and he started telling me a little bit about himself, explained himself, especially at the company and stuff. I knew I was in trouble. He hadn't even asked me a question yet. I knew I was in trouble. I mean, if he's threatened by my intelligence, that he's in a real bad fucking place, because I'm not exactly a fucking goddamn genius. We know, Naily. Hey, fucker. Oh, it's not necessarily that, Jordan. It's not, yeah, I wouldn't use that as a rule of thumb. The idea behind it is just that in life, sometimes, you can technically do everything that would be considered right, and it doesn't guarantee the outcome that you were hoping for. Sometimes stuff just still goes wrong even when you do everything right. That's as complicated as that sentence goes, or that saying goes. It doesn't need to get much more deep than that. It just means that, you know, you can't always, you know, so when it does happen, if you understand that fact about life, that even if you do everything right, it can still sometimes go wrong, you're prepared for it so that when it happens, it's disappointing, but you just have to, you know, you can't let it fuck you up. You have to just keep going. Oh, I'm 6'6". I'm significantly taller than almost everyone. He went to school in a similar area to me. He was in his mid fucking 30s at the time. I was, what, 22 or some shit. He had been, you know, he was one of the early managers when the founding of the company had really taken off. And so, he was in a very nice, cushy position, and, you know, he knew, which is like, that's what the fucked up thing is. You have an HR department, but ultimately the regional manager's making the call, but the regional manager's job is also at risk of new hires eventually coming for the job. So, like, it's kind of like it would incentivize them to keep the people that are coming in that are new relatively as on the lower end of the, like, not so unskilled that they can't do the job, but, you know, down below their pay grade. They also fly the flag of, you know, they hire the most out of university students. And the reasoning behind that I would have discovered, or I discovered later on, is of course because their turnover is fucking insane. So they take the turnover part out, because that's negative, but they take the turnover part and flip it positive because they say they keep hiring, you know, as many fresh out of university students, you know, more than many companies. I've responded to the email. I did. And I responded because it was the girl, it was HR, the girl from HR, and I said, I'm disappointed that this is a boilerplate response. after you know the interviews and stuff that had happened, and I'm disappointed in the result. But you know, wish you all the best. Yada yada yada. Oh, somebody's gonna meet me at the door. Oh, it's a golden boy. I'm sure he doesn't have any fucking health. Or do any fucking damage. You ready to fucking have a Donnybrook? Hadouken! Oh. I'm just on my back foot right now. Oh, there's 2 fucking lightning bolt strikes out of that? Jesus! I just got saved by the angle of this fucking... Oh my god, this dude is clapping me in the back half of this fight. What the fuck? So if I dodge the first one, I get hit by the second one? That's kind of fucked up. Wow. Wow. That guy just blew through 12 straight fucking pots. And did, like, I can't dodge the lightning without getting hit by the follow-up fucking shot? And he's got a fucking hit that lines up with your fucking recovery animation that halves my fucking health bar? God damn! Easy, Satan. Yeah, I don't know if it's, I don't know. Might have to mix this up. Man, his attack timings are fucking... Jesus Christ. Holy fuck, I hate his attacks. Wow. Holy shit, this dude is a fucking nightmare. His timings are just perfect. Absolute art. No margin for fucking error. Just a complete shit show. I hate myself because the reason he's hard is because he's one of the bosses that are anti-Dark Soul player. That have like the muscle fucking memory build up, and I have to relearn how to just dodge because he holds all of his attacks and it's very specific. Oh, I missed that? That's bad. Man, that's crazy. That hit? I'm on the other side of the horse! Oh my god, dude. All of his attacks are nearly frame-perfect lineups with recovery animations. What the fuck? That's some unhinged shit. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. End it. All of his attacks are perfectly lined up with recovery animations. Every combo of attacks he's got, whether it's horse fireball, all of his swings, all of it, they're all perfectly lined up. It's fucking nutty. That's just wild. Crazy, 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 crazy. Kicking my butthole. Yeah, criminal activity, whether it's violent crime, you know, like through gun crime or anything else, as a talking point, like many statistics can be sketchy. Because a lot of people will not use particularly useful statistics. They'll just use like canvas statistics. What I mean by that is like they'll just say, okay, well, this place has more than this place. But then they won't take into consideration population size. It's not per capita. It's not population density. It's just, like, depending on the crime, that can change things dramatically. Oh my god, I'm not getting any better at this guy. He's literally just kicking my ass. Come on. Come on, there we go. There's the bleed. There we go. Okay. Holy shit. That guy was fucking tough. Tough, tough, tough. That is the challenge with statistics. Like I've talked about this before in regards to COVID the other day. Like the problem with statistics is that if you are, there are two ways to abuse statistics. You can either know absolutely nothing about how statistics works and therefore misinterpret statistical data presented to you, or you can be somebody that really knows how to fucking work with statistics and make them tell you any narrative that you want within reason, especially if you only have to convince somebody of something that does not fully understand statistics. So the amount of people that were like losing their minds over, like one of the most famous ones, for example, was towards the back half of the second year of the pandemic, after vaccine rates had gone up, was that a bad talking point was how vaccinated people were in hospital. There were more vaccinated people in hospitals than unvaccinated people in hospitals with COVID-19. And the problem with that statistic is that if you applied it, as many people did, for example, here in Nova Scotia, where the vaccination rate is like pushing 90%, is that if you take 90% of a population and they're vaccinated, and then you take that there's only 10%, of course, the odds are statistically far more in the favor of the 90% ending up in the hospital than the 10. But so what you need to do is you need to say, all right, what subsection of these two groups are there? So if you were in the vaccinated group, your percent chance of going to the hospital versus unvaccinated percent chance, and not try to combine them together. So unvaccinated, the percent chance was like fucking astronomical because only like 10% of the population wasn't vaccinated, and the percent of people that were unvaccinated in the hospitals was insanely high, comparatively speaking. And then the ones that were vaccinated going into the hospital, like your percent chance was fucking minuscule. So you can really do almost anything with stats if you try hard enough, and some people that don't understand how statistics work can take information they're given and completely misunderstand it very easily. It's very challenging. I think part of like, I guess for me, I'm like tangentially reading stuff that's going on here. For me, like even if, and it would make sense by the proliferation of handguns, anything else is easier to conceal, etc., is that the reason why you would still want to look at something like an AR-15 is because it's very easily modified to be a much more efficient killing weapon from a much longer range than a pistol. And you can buy them relatively easily. Ammunition is easily come by. I think the other thing is that and this is not a numbers on paper thing that I would be concerned that's like to be concerned with, but this is just a thing for me personally that I think about, is what are the odds somebody gets shot with a pistol and survives, even if they get shot multiple times? And then what are the odds that they get shot with an AR-15 and survive in a situation in which somebody has gone off the rails? The answer to that question is you have a way better chance at taking 9mm rounds or 45 ACP rounds than you do versus an AR-15. You get shot with an AR-15, especially within a reasonable range, and it's doing terrible things that only a handful of people, unfortunately, have the experience to have witnessed, either in real time or upon seeing the aftermath. And I think that should be taken into consideration as well. I also just want to say that I can't imagine people not being able to appreciate that logically it would stand to reason that if you are in a country or a state or a town or whatever that has more guns than people, it certainly does not make your life easier when attempting to minimize gun-related incidents. It certainly doesn't make it easier. Like, that only makes it hard. That's like, it just only makes it fucking harder. Because as nice as it would be to imagine a world in which every single US citizen is heavily trained in the arts of handling and respecting weaponry, that's not going to happen. And even if it did, it's unlikely to truly be a great solution beyond simply educating people on how to use the weapons more efficiently. Because if somebody doesn't already respect a weapon to begin with, that's not really the problem. There is also definitely a very interesting, like, relationship with just guns in general. The want to have an AR-15, especially for things like hunting and things of that nature, as an excuse to own one, is a weird one to me. I mean, it's just... I also, there's also something very odd about the thought that there is a not insignificant number of people that are just outright more heavily armed than the law enforcement that's supposed to be aiding and keeping law and order. So when situations like that do arise, police are often mortified to engage because they are heavily outgunned. And if the solution is then to just give police officers even greater armaments, then it's like the classic arms race, but it's an arms race within your own country, which is like fucking wild. And again, very, very specific to the United States. Like, the United States is almost like essentially on an island by itself in like all of these regards. Well, semi-automatic rifles, if they were all the same, then we'd probably be seeing more varied usage than we do. Asturma, 89 months, welcome back. There are some police departments, yes, but you're not, like, that's not ubiquitous. And even if that was like I said, even if that ended up being like somebody's idea of a solution, doesn't that seem fucking weird and kind of dumb? Especially when you take into consideration how much training police officers in some places are required before they can become a police officer. Oh, what the fuck? The beast Bro, I've been feeding your ass! Oh, hi. Fancy meeting you here. Alright, that's a problem. I guess my concern about that statement, Lolium, is that if the argument against or for ARs comes down to during home defense, where I'm in a shootout with another party, I don't want to have to worry about birdshot in my walls. I'm sorry, but that might be one of the dumbest things I've ever fucking read in my life. If I'm in a shootout with somebody in my home to protect my family at that point, I will fucking... I don't care how many walls or anything else are hit. What, birdshot increasing the chance somebody else is hit? Then use a slug. Does that make it better? Like, what? An AR-15 round could go through a person, through a wall, into a fucking, like... The velocity coming out of an AR-15... Nobody is saying you have to use a shotgun. Use a pistol. In fact, a pistol's probably better on average than a fucking shotgun. But you know what's great about a shotgun? Let me put it to you this way. This is what old man Nova War said, or Nova Dad said, alright? Listen. If somebody breaks into your home, let's say they have a pistol, at best, or most robbers breaking into a home, they tend to have like a fucking melee weapon of some kind, maybe a knife or something, some fucking... If they break into your home, and you have a shotgun, and they hear the sound of a shotgun chambering, just that by itself, for the majority of people breaking and entering into a home, are going to get the fuck out the home. Because not everyone understands what an AR-15 sounds like chambered, but you know what everyone fucking knows what it sounds like when chambered? A shotgun. And in the minds of somebody, getting hit with a shotgun from inside of 10 feet inside of somebody's home is enough to send them fucking running. But that's beside the point. You could use any... Defending your home with an AR-15 is not particularly any better than any other fucking gun. And the number of people that are actually knowledgeable enough to effectively use an AR-15 in close quarters combat that small numbers. But nobody fucking cares about walls. Why are you bringing that up? Always fucking worried about walls when you're defending your fucking home. Honest to God. Like... And like, what are they, like if somebody, like hitting another person, I mean, at that point, again, you're better off with just like a pistol or some shit. So if they were to like take somebody and hold them or whatever, like, you're gonna be a fucking hero? Who the fuck are you, John Wick? Stop. And like, conceptually, the vast majority of people that get shot and killed are shot and killed in situations in which even if they were armed, they were still going to die. You know why? You want to know a real good secret? Well, if somebody wants to kill you, really, and they're at the point where they're just going to shoot you to do it, you know what they do? They show up at your front door. They knock on the door. And when you show up at the door, they shoot you. Or, they wait outside your house, and as soon as you step outside the door, and you go to get into your car, they shoot you. If you're in a situation in which a gun is likely to take you out of the game, you're probably already fucking dead. The number of situations in which you having the weapon means you're getting out alive is especially for the average citizen, is so fucking minuscule, it's insane. Nobody having weapons, for example, in a situation that they found themselves in Las Vegas, where a dude had like 48,000 weapons in a fucking hotel window raining fire down on a concert. No, everyone in that audience could have had a weapon, ain't gonna do shit. School shootings, where somebody gets in with a fucking gun and they're just going rampant, and we watched literally in what was the city again, the town, not long ago, Uvalde or whatever the town's name is, and there was like 30 fucking police officers jerking off in a hallway, not doing anything the whole time. Like, no, like, we had all the good guys with guns. Like, we're in a week where we're literally living in a time where in the last couple of weeks, you know, it obviously happens more frequently, but stuff has been surfacing where in the same week we had a child shot twice, once in the head by a paranoid old man with a gun because he knocked on the wrong door looking for the house that he was trying to pick up his siblings from, and another girl who was with a group of friends realizing they were in the wrong place or in the wrong, going the wrong way, and went to turn around in a driveway. Like, these are all situations in which they could have had a gun on them too. What are you gonna do when the person's 5 feet from you or less and they shoot first? You think this is Call of Duty? You know, hide behind your car and recharge your fucking shields? We're at a point in time in which the discussion is around reducing the number of entrances to a school to 1 and putting panic rooms, expandable panic rooms, and ballistic backpacks before we talk about perhaps there's a combination issue here of a proliferation of guns and mental health issues amongst the populace that have said guns. And again, so many countries that had similar situations to the US happen 1 or 2 times, step in, do something absolutely enormous about restricting weapons and buying them and taking them off the streets, and all of a sudden the incidences went to 0 or close to 0. Now, in America, unfortunately, the problem is right now there's so many guns you'd never be able to fucking surface them all. But you have to do something. You have to admit that they're at least part of the problem is the amount of and the regulation of said weapons. It's not the whole problem, it's not the whole solution, but it's a fucking big part of it. Because every statistical fucking thing you can throw at it, from not only within the country but outside the country, without going to the absolute greatest extents to pull some weird fringe case where the stats have to line up to match the fucking moon and stars to be able to say in like a 1 versus 1 million situation, maybe that's a consideration. Like in schools, children, like teachers are not security guards. They are not trained killers. They're supposed to be teachers. We were having conversations about arming teachers. The difference between US and other countries is relatively easily explained. It's the number of guns in the country in general, It's the relatively fucking insane level of anxiety and every man and woman for himself mentality that goes on. There is a undeniable gun culture that the country has that other cultures around the world do not have. And the NRA has been putting in work for fucking 50 plus years to ensure that none of this ever stops. Because they make too much fucking money off of it. It doesn't matter if they're considered lame. That doesn't actually factor into anything. I consider my local government fucking useless, but here we are anyway. My feelings about the NRA do not fucking change the power of the NRA, just as much as the people who you are citing as not liking the NRA have absolutely zero impact on the effectiveness of the NRA. Like, are we really going to chalk up so much of the graph-breaking difference between the US and the rest of the world up to it's the fucking libertarians? There's no way to stop it unless... oh, there you go. Alright. No more conversation. There's no solution. We've reached it. Everyone can stop talking about it now. We've solved the problem by stating that the problem is unsolvable. We've done it. We've figured it out. The Rubik's Cube has been completed. Sit it on the table and enjoy the rest of your lives. We did it, Reddit. Uh-oh. He's about to get angry. It's the classic all-or-nothing approach. Either we can have no guns or all guns. It's another binary lolium fucking situation. Are we really gonna witness another guy cut his fucking limb off? Be like the third one. Oh no, he's just gonna create a weapon out of the memes. That's a large weapon. Oh, you're fancy. I'm gonna get fucking wrecked. I'm gonna get fucking wrecked, aren't I? Oh yeah, he's a jumpy boy. Oh, this is gonna be bothersome. Alright. Jumpy boy, we need Bob to just hold him in a spot for a moment. Oh my fucking parkour Jesus. Oh, that is a follow-up? And I permanently lost life? And I'm still losing life? What the fuck? I did it again. Holy fucking hell. What? I haven't even been able to get to him to attack him. I've literally not been able... And now Bob is dead. I haven't even been able to hit him. Oh, I thought the jump would save me and I could get the hit in. Fuck. Oh, I needed to be able to dodge that to get the next attacks in. I'm dead. Fuck. I needed to be able to dodge that one, and I would have killed him. I thought for sure I was going to be able to jump over that to get the jump attack when he pulled the sword out, but the AoE is a dome, not just on the ground. The two-part attacks are just the worst. Oh, I thought he was gonna let me continue and maybe one cycle him. But it stops for the fucking... Man. God, he hits everything on Bob there. No fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ! Really? What the fuck? I couldn't dodge once there. It stun locked me on every fucking attack. Holy cow. Wowzers. Mamma mia. A case could be made for using fucking rune arcs at this point. I just can't fight him there because I can get pushed off the fucking edge. Oh my god, you're gonna be a fucking asshole and just fight there the whole time, aren't you? Bob, you gotta get out here. If he's just gonna be a fucking dick. We didn't get good damage on the back half of that. Now he's at proper half-life. Wow. I just need a good, clean hit, Bob. Just fucking get me a good, clean hit. Damn. The only reason that gun control and laws around guns and the discussion around guns could ever be seen as divisive between red and blue is, one, at best, it's thinking that all Republicans and Democrats think the same way about that topic, which is already completely false.
Of death is unbound.
The follow-up to that is that it's basically just a straight up, do you, like, can you see the statistics of the problem or not? I'm gonna shut the fuck up about this stupid topic while you watch this.
But the flames will also burn the impenetrable thorns. Farewell it is then.
Rip tree.
You'll be Elden Lord yet.
Lol, I really do. I have to say, dude, like, we just had this discussion, like, what was it, yesterday? Your tendency to go straight up fucking nuclear on just becoming everything is binary, it never ceases to fucking amaze me. And you manage to take talking points from other people that are not binary and try to find a way to put them in a binary fucking box position and fucking just... Fuck. Fuck! Stop it! Stop it! For fuck's sakes. You're literally never gonna convince anyone of everything if you give a shit to do that. It's just so fucking dumb. You're gonna go through life with people thinking that you are incapable of having conversation because all you want to do is like say 5 things that are pre-baked that have nothing to do with anything anyone is talking about, because all it is an attempt to do is to take something that is tangentially related so that it can be baked down into 0 or 1, black or white, and then be like, oh, well, it's either this or this. It's either all guns or no guns, or the fucking government's either 100% control, it's fucking 100% communism, or it's 100% fucking anarchy. It's fucking just... And it's every topic! Lol! Everyone! Like, do you wake up in the morning and go, it's either I eat nothing but eggs or I eat nothing but toast. I can't possibly have eggs and toast. Like, where the fuck? Not everything is a mutually exclusive Venn diagram. There's overlap. Don't blame autism! Stop it! That's an insult to everyone with autism. Well, I'm just being a fucking ass all the time because I have autism, my bad. The moment that you even say autism's a hell of it means that either A, the odds of you having autism to a degree are like fucking almost minuscule and you're probably just self-diagnosing yourself at that point. Or B, you've got diagnosed and you looked at it and said, oh fuck me, now I can use it whenever I get called out on some shit. Like, it's okay to admit that things are more complicated and that solutions do not always have to be all or nothing. It's okay that that's a thing. It's just like the United States could be the only country on Earth with fentanyl, and it's massacring everyone, but it's a fucking constitutional right. My body, my choice. I'm gonna fucking snort fentanyl, and damn it, if I go out, it's on me. And if I fucking accidentally spread it around and oops, my fentanyl got into my fucking child's lunchbox and now 15 kids are dead at school, it doesn't matter because it's my fentanyl, my choice. And nobody else in the world, no other country could have a fentanyl issue or even fentanyl in general. And somehow the discussion could say, like, come across as being, well, you know. Like, see how dumb that sounds? See how fucking insane that sounds? Like the US being like on an island by itself. With so many stats, so much information globally on those, like an unending, a ceaseless amount. And the reductionist to something that ignores all of it because it's just there, it's like on platitudes, is fucking insane! Stop it! You can't see the forest for the trees! Oh, God. Like, just, god damn. And then in this instance, what the worst part of the whole fucking thing is, and I hate to dance on this, but you got me fucking riled up because I can't fucking take the shit. Is the you know what the least liked person in any fucking room is? When there's shit going on, you know who the least liked person is? The person that just points out that something is fucking wrong, or that there is some issue of some kind, and that it's definitely, but zero solutions. All they give is just bitch, and then whenever somebody gives a solution, it's no, but I don't have any solutions myself. I don't have any answers, but no, but what about you? Well, I don't have anything, but no, the problem is there. And then what really topped it off today is that you literally said out loud in the chat log, fucking go watch the VOD if you want, it's that it's unsolvable. It can't be done. Impossible. And so let it be. Let it lie. Fuck them kids. Fuck those people in general. Fuck them all. Fuck it. It is what it is. It's the US, baby. Woo! My state voted to keep that shit. Woo! Get fucked. America. But no solution. Just give up. Fuck it. 370 million weapons. Oh, it's there. We can't do anything about it. It's unsolvable if your solution is banning guns. But why? But also, nobody is saying that the government is going to be able to take all 370 million fucking guns away simultaneously, if ever. Nobody is saying any of these things. Because we don't speak in absolutes. We're speaking in marginal steps and directions that have proven results on this thing that we live on called Earth, that hopefully you believe and understand is in fact a globe and not flat. And there are other places that have implemented similar solutions that are applicable in the instances of the United States of America, and believe it or not, they may also work. But instead of doing something, it's consistently do nothing at all on both sides of the floor because one blocks the other constantly back and forth. Nothing ever fucking happens. Nothing ever fucking happens. And so all that happens is every second Tuesday when Batman's jerking off in the rain on the lawn and there's another fucking like shooting where 4 or 5 plus people get killed in a random parking lot at 7-Eleven. Like over a fucking pizza pocket, where they didn't get the last slush in the machine. Thoughts, prayers. News cycle continues. Next Tuesday, Batman shooting. The Ashen Capital looks fucking fantastic. I love it. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. I like the imagery. It's one of the better scenes in the game thus far, 100%. I'm sorry that sort of ruining it, but there are some, like, this is one of these things that I've just heard, like like my least favorite fucking thing in the world is listening to somebody just spout fucking bullshit, no solutions, no nothing, misrepresent what other people are saying, put words in their mouth, and then fucking just go off on some random tangent, then move the goalpost, then change it again, then get reminded of what he said, then fucking say, oh wait, no, it wasn't that, then oops, there's a VOD with your fucking shit on it, then oh my god, then it's this, then all of a sudden everyone wants to ban all guns, then no, they say it's AR-15s, but that's apparently still all guns, and that's not marginal, or nothing. I just fucking just... Please. Please. The fucking amendment. You know what the Constitution can do? And this is respectfully as a Canadian who I'm not an American, and so I get it. But I want you to listen very carefully through the words that are about to come out of my mouth. I want you to listen very carefully. Which I know, saying this is leading up, you've already stopped listening because now it's a personal attack, and I get that, I appreciate that, but fuck the amendments in the Constitution. You know why I say fuck them? Because people forget the definition of the fucking goddamn word amendment. Look it up real quick. You know what? Let me just check that for you. Hold on. Let me Google that for you. A minor change or addition designed to improve a text, piece of legislation, etc., etc. Now I want you to consider for a moment yet that means that the sacred texts written by a bunch of balding fat fucking slave owners a million fucking years ago has been at least one time amended. Now imagine still, if yet, a significant time in the future in which technological advances have gone so far the same balding slave owners would shit themselves dry upon understanding that a thing called an iPod has the ability to play Skrillex on repeat for 48 straight fucking days. Imagine, if you will, for a moment, that it was amended again to accommodate for the fact that the country that had 14 people, a dog, and a fucking horse is now pushing 400 million people with almost 400 million guns, most of which are by themselves enough to single-handedly decimate the entire fucking standing militia of whoever the fuck 5-pound 6-ounce malnutrition bitch fucks that George Washington walked out the front door with a million years ago is somehow, maybe, possibly part of something that should be considered to be amended for, so that whenever somebody brings up a small change that may or may not on a global scale be proven to be a help and aid, perhaps, if you will, in a greater situation that is affecting the children and otherwise general populace of the country, that perhaps then it won't be the one thing that four fucking people, shouldn't be, more like 40 million people, grasp onto like it's their lifeline. Like if they let go, they will fall from the fucking summit of Mount Everest and never fucking stop until they hit the bottom, because their only lifeline is the Second Amendment says yes. Fuck yourself and your fucking stupid constitutional amendments. Because unless you're willing to admit that they've already been amended in the past, that means they can be amended again to account for shit happening today! Not 200 years ago! When we were still cutting down fucking giant trees and taking pictures in front of them, not knowing what we were doing. Shot in the dark! Maybe a consideration. Food for thought, perhaps. Just astounding. Fucking astounding. Like, literally called an amendment. And it's treated as it's untouchable. Like, just the sheer fucking density of the human brain that would have to be required to not recognize the irony is almost unfathomable. Just shockingly fucking stupid. Like, at what point do the founding fathers ascend into like demigod status? Are we already there? Like, we truly believe that no man since the founding fathers has had a sentient thought worth putting to paper that may or may not be worth taking a look at in comparison to what was said 200 years ago? Like, are they actual gods? Well, yeah, a pretty alright system is pretty good 200 fucking years ago, but if you want to improve a pretty alright system to a good system, maybe there's some shit that can fucking change. Thank you, Mark. No, the saying in this instance is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's broke, don't fix it. And if it's possibly broken, don't worry about it. I'm a relatively firm, this looks like fun in here, I'm a relatively firm believer that the vast majority of people that hold such staunch positions on things like AR-15s, the moment that their child was in school and torn apart by an AR-15, the vast majority of them, not all, because some would be so fucking, like, unwilling to budge off of their position, for fear of shame, but the majority of them would go, you know what, yeah, maybe. I like to like extend the theory. Do you guys know about the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon? So like it's the idea of being degrees of separated from something, right? So this would be like so the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, the concept of this, it's an old meme, but it checks out, is that any singular, for quite a long time, any singular person, regardless of who they were within Hollywood, is only within 6 degrees of having worked directly with Kevin Bacon. It is a time-tested meme. It's wonderful. But the idea there is the degrees of separation from something. And the degrees of separation from any catastrophic or horrible event, the more degrees you are away from it, the less likely you are to either see it as a problem or care to change something about your life to contribute to a solution. And so, for example, you could hear about how climate change in general has gotten so bad that in the Philippines, it's basically a constant shitstorm there now instead of for times of the year, and millions of people are constantly being displaced from their homes and worse because that belt of the world, the middle of the planet, takes the brunt of all of it because it's the warmest part of the world, right? Now, it's also coincidental that a lot of the least wealthy nations on Earth are around that belt, and the most wealthy nations are north of it. As such, most people living above don't feel the necessity to get as heavily involved as the people below in order to try and come up with a solution, because they don't experience it much here. We get the occasional, like, oh, there's some water in downtown New York, or oh, there was an extra couple of tornadoes in the US, but like it's all manageable because there's money. But until this shit affects people in far more dramatic ways in other places, many people will, on average, not want to engage with solutions because almost all the solutions at this time cause inconvenience. And people hate to be inconvenienced, especially if they're separated from the actual, the crux of the problem that the inconveniences would be helping to solve. It's similar with taxes. If you're somebody that comes from a family that had money or generational wealth whatsoever, you don't experience the vast majority of the issues that are in the social hierarchy of any given fucking country that you could live in, even if you were in some of the wealthiest in the world, including the United States of America, right? And so for them, the moment you start talking about taxes or anyone starts making a certain amount of money per year, they start wanting to hoard it like fucking Smaug because they have now gotten above that system. To the point where the issues that taxes are often being put towards are now being seen as inconveniences or coming after their money. Any social service like whatsoever that is to speak of. Even if it does in some way or shape or form tangentially fucking aid them. The degrees of separation. Very powerful fucking concept. And so until a lot of the people that are so staunchly for weapons, especially stuff like AR-15s, just being proliferated throughout the country, and that they think the solution is just more and more and more and more of them a lot of the time, until somebody that they love so dearly was just out for a coffee, or they're at a movie theater, or at a nightclub, or at the grocery store, or at school being taught long division, and somebody who's not mentally capable of removing themselves from a mindset of rage and despair with no way out, and then they decide that they're just going to take a bunch of people with them. Until that family member, that person, that whatever, that friend, that loved one is part of the people that get torn to shit in one of these situations, the vast majority of them are never going to change their mind at all. And all they're focused on is that the government or somebody else is coming for me constantly. Somebody, anyone, at any time, which is exactly how you get situations like people getting shot in driveways turning around, or shot for accidentally getting in the wrong car in a parking lot, or knocking on the wrong door as a fucking teenage boy. People are paranoid, anxious, on the fucking edge all the time. And there's so many fucking guns available that one of them is likely to have one at any given time. And they're in a constant backs up. I have to have this gun, I have to be prepared, because at any time somebody can come for me, and the only solution is to also have a gun for myself. But not everyone is ready to make the fucking proper mental fucking checklist before firing a goddamn weapon at a teenager. And so that happens. Or somebody shoots up a school. For the 40,000th fucking time in the last decade. And if it wasn't for the fact that it would completely traumatize way too many people, and probably because it's not their own child, still not move the needle enough. People are too desensitized. You could probably show people that are in these camps wanting to save the guns the leftovers of a 11-year-old child after being riddled with a couple of AR-15 rounds at close range. It's not like the movie where you see a guy get shot in the head and it's a nice clean fucking round through and some blood. That's not what it looks like. AR-15s at that range, especially against small children, tear a limb off. So many people don't fucking understand, like, what they're even... Like, so many people don't understand what real violence even is in their life, because they've so rarely actually seen real violence. What? What about it? I'm not hungry if you're talking about dinner. That's blueberries? I was gonna say, that's super dark. You gonna have a blue tongue for the next couple hours? What is it? Blueberry? Broccoli? Oh my lord. Blong.
What?
Did you go over to Mum's yet?
No.
Oh, you just woke up from your nap?
No.
You didn't nap either? What have you been doing? Oh, I thought you were gonna have a nap and then go to Mum's to work out.
We need did the
Oh, you roasted the asparagus?
just leave it.
Just on top of the stove? Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. Hey, babe. But yeah, people don't know what that is. They don't fucking know. It's like the people that want to get in a fist fight all the time, or they want to get in a street fight or some shit, or they'll say, like, you know, you wouldn't say that to my face, come out and fucking fight. The people don't know what actual violence is. People still, like, concept of violence on average. People's concept of violence on average is they saw or participated in a fight in high school or middle school. Like, that's their they haven't seen two grown men with a legitimate fucking intent to hurt somebody go at it. It doesn't take much. You could get punched in the fucking face, knocked out, your head hits the ground the wrong way, and you're dead. But like, people have got this in their mind that they're gonna, like, stay on their feet, fucking shielding, maybe get fancy, fucking throw like a fucking elbow in like they're fucking Muay Thai god. No! The most experienced fighters would tell you, you just get the fuck out of there as fast as you possibly can. Kick him in the dick and leave. Like people don't get, and that's like hand-to-hand shit. That ain't even gun violence. People think they know gun violence, or what it's like to take somebody's fucking life, or that they'd be okay with it because they could convince themselves it was in self-defense. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Fuck off. We got a whole shitload of veterans that were given every reason in the fucking world to not care about taking lives, and we're not even taking care of them all that well, and they're mentally fucking destroyed. And they were bred for the shit. And you think your ass that works a 9 to 5 and works a back shift at the fucking all night long Wendy's downtown, serving drunk people, pick-me-up food is gonna be the guy or the girl to take a life? Who the fuck do you think you are? Oh, Waffle House is straight violence. You go to Waffle House after hours. You're going there not because you just want waffles. You're going there because you want waffles and a UFC show.
Ah, I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden. It is your state of affairs. I commend your strength, but alas, none shall take the throne. Queen Marika has high hopes for us, that we continue to struggle on to eternity.
Hold on, babe.
A tarnished cannot become a lord. Not even you. A man cannot kill.
It's a good thing I'm a woman then, isn't it? Okay. Your headphones? I brought them back upstairs a while ago, babe. They were here. I brought them upstairs, remember? Oh my goodness, I showed you that I had them in my hand and I put it like on the couch, the arm of the couch. Yeah. Nope, it's okay. Gideon was all-knowing. But does he know why the kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? J-Man, 79 months in a row, and total welcome back, sir. Thank you. Sorry I missed that fucking 40 minutes ago. I've been derailed a little bit. I tried to hold off for as long as I could, but the chat just kept going, and eventually I caught too many fucking words, and then I had to say something. It's driving me fucking crazy. Oh, that's not a hot take. That's the correct take. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is Cinnamon Toast ass. I'm gonna go intelligence, because I'd rather just find out something to use with intelligence, if anything, in the future, because it also scales my weapons, so why not? What's the best cereal? Depends on the situation. Do you want to put something on it, or do you just want to eat it straight? Just straight cereal? No fluff. Honey Nut Cheerios. Pretty much all cereal is dessert, so you like to talk about like fucking healthy cereal is like a complete meme. I will also accept whole grain Cheerios because they ironically have more sugar than plain Cheerios. But like the top 3 cereals, just in general for different reasons. I'll like Cheerios are all relatively similar, so I'll like if you whether you like plain Honey Nut or fucking multi-grain, you know, just the Cheerio, that's the fucking that's the goat. And then below that would be like Oh my. Probably, somewhere between... It would be a rice-based one, so Rice Krispies are Special K. And then number 3 is probably... This is gonna be my controversial one. Probably Shreddies. Alright, I gotta be right back. I use the washroom.